What's going on, champs and champettes? It's Monkey here, and we have to talk about an interesting hotfix update that came out the other day, and how they actually kind of went back on one of their words, as well as kind of gave some wrong information potentially in their little news update about this hotfix. So for anyone unaware, there's been some slight changes to the game, a lot of stuff related to, making the game lag a little bit less, but also some balancing changes in order to make the game more fair for everyone. So let's talk about the actual lag-less changes first before we talk about everything else. They went ahead and lowered the spawn count maximum for the SUVs and Whiplash on the Battle Royale island very low down from what it was before. So instead of having a cap of 36 SUVs on a single match, it has now been capped at 25 per match, and for Whiplashes, instead of having a cap of 41 per match, it has now been capped at only 30 per match, meaning in total, across the entire match, a maximum of 55 vehicles can spawn, 25 of those would be SUVs, and 30 of those would be Whiplashes, but you're not going to be guaranteed to get that every single time, and it is still lower than it was before, but it is a decent amount overall, right? I'm not going to complain that, vehicles are a little bit more rare, because at the same time, I'm still going to be able to find a vehicle, right? I'm still going to be able to have like half of the lobby maximum if I get lucky enough using that vehicle in whatever match we actually go into. And this is obviously, to try to prevent lag and, try to prevent some things that they didn't want in the game already, but something that's a little bit more interesting that we kind of spotted when all these changes started happening was that they also made it so the black market now sells Shockwave grenades. I'm not for sure if you can find Shockwave grenades on floor loot and in chests and stuff already, because I haven't really kept up with the loot pool too much recently, but it is nice to see that you at least have more options and more ways to actually get those grenades in order to kind of replace some of that lost mobility with less vehicles being around in your matches. And then we start getting into the little bit of weirder changes that I'm kind of confused on, because what they've said on social media doesn't really match up to what they've actually done, and it relates to rockets. So firstly, rocket ammo originally got capped at 6 instead of the original 12, meaning that instead of being able just to go ahead and have 12 rocket ammo in your inventory, or however you would say that properly, it sounds weird, 12 rocket ammo, but instead of being able to have 12 in your inventory, it had been lowered by half, meaning you were only allowed to have 6 in your inventory, and that was due to a lot of people complaining about the sticky grenades and them being too overpowered. And it's kind of odd to see that Epic Games' fix for that, their balance for sticky grenades, wasn't to nerf the damage a sticky grenade actually does, but instead to go ahead and nerf how many rockets you can actually have, so that you're not going to be as overpowered or whatever with it. And in order to make this change actually a little bit more effective, in their little patch notes that they posted on Twitter, they did mention that they made rocket ammo harder to find, but it appears that they actually did the opposite, because at least based on the data we had when the patch came out, instead of making rocket ammo harder to find, they made rocket ammo easier to find, but made heavy ammo for snipers harder to find. So maybe it was a little bit of a mistake, they accidentally changed the wrong value here and there. Maybe it's fixed by the time this video goes up, because there's been some times recently where I'll make a video and the moment I publish it, like 5-10 minutes later, boom, whatever issue it is gets fixed, right? It gets changed and that video is kind of outdated. So maybe that's still in effect or whatever right now, but one of the most interesting things is that if you go into Battle Royale, you may notice that despite them capping rocket ammo at 6, you can still have the original 12 in your inventory. And the reason why they went ahead and reverted that part of the actual hotfix was because of the fact that changing the ammo maximum in Battle Royale changed the ammo maximum in creative as well, which inadvertently nerfed every single rocket ammo weapon in the entire game, especially in creative islands if they didn't have something like unlimited ammo enabled on those weapons. So according to what Epic Games has officially said, all the other changes are going to basically be staying here still. You're not going to be able to have the heavy ammo being slightly more common and the rocket ammo being slightly more rare or anything right now. It does appear like the rocket cap is going to be staying at 12 for right now until the next game update, when they actually go about changing it up a little bit more and adding that change so that they can go ahead and modify the values in Battle Royale without actually affecting those who work on their own creative islands. Who knows, maybe they'll even release like a device or something later down the line that goes ahead and makes it so you can go do something like, change your own maximum ammo count instead of just choosing between the Epic Games Battle Royale default or the entire default for just infinite ammo non-stop, right? That'd be a nice way for people to be able to customize their games a little bit more. Unsure if that's actually possible right now, because I'm not really too much of a UEFN creative map maker or anything like that, but it would make sense for them to go ahead and try implementing that in the future, considering that the fact that creative is the entire reason why they reverted this hotfix update. But it does make me wonder, what is something else that you think they should actually hotfix or change up with Battle Royale this season? Is there something currently going on with the season that annoys you or you think is too underpowered that they should make better? I'd love to hear in the comments down below, because seeing these odd little changes here and there, you know, a lot of people saying, oh, why'd they cap rocket ammo when there's a lot of other stuff they could have done, like changing the damage values of the sticky grenade launcher? Who really knows? But until next time, champs and champions, enjoy today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys next time with another upload. So until then, peace out.